All right, John. So I decided to do something new, and we'll use a video form review just to see how it works, right? So right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a look at your deadlift, and the weights are moving pretty quickly, right? The only issue I see with your deadlift is that, as we can see in the video, you are starting with your upper back slightly rounded, right? You can see right here your upper back slightly rounded. So what I want you to work on is that upper back extension, really forcing the chest up, right? And remember the cue I taught you about dropping your hips with your upper back straight, with your hand straight down right to you grip the bar. Yeah, do that just because, as we can see, right now you are actually bending forward. As we can see in this video, you are bending forward, right? Let's go, and yep, you can see you're bending forward, and that creates the upper back roundness. So once you stay tight in this position, it's very hard to extend your upper back once more. So yeah, just start working on that, right? Upper back straight, drop the hips with your arms straight down till you manage to grip the bar. Other than that, it looks completely fine. And we move on to the next one, which is your bench, right? So as we can see here, once more the deadlift, you start with your upper back straight, and then you go down with the upper back rounded, but your hips is in one fixed position. What I want to see is basically in this setup, right? Right from the get-go in this setup, you start with your upper back straight, and then you drop your hips, not round your upper back. So that's about it for your deadlift. Your bench actually looks really good in this set, right? No wrist wraps, just the touch and go. But I'm not sure from this angle, right, if your butt is on the floor, on the bench, but it looks like it's on the bench, so that's fine. Nothing much to say about your bench for this week. But for your Spoto presses, they look really, really fast, right? Really good leg drive. But it seems like your butt is coming off the floor, right? Your butt is coming off the bench right here. Look at the drive. It seems like your butt is coming off the bench. So maybe work on that and see if you can keep your butt down. I would like to see a side angle directly from the side. So an angle directly from the side instead of 45 degrees from the front, either directly from the side on either the left or the right side. And we move on to your deficit deadlifts. Your deficit deadlifts actually look pretty good, you know. I am really happy that your deficit deadlifts is now improving. Your deadlift form in general has improved so much. Your deficit deadlift is moving really, really well. So as we can see, you go down nice and tight, and then from here, you still have that slight upper back roundness, right? It's the same thing with your sumo deadlift, because you actually reach down with a rounded back. You see, in this position right here, you're actually reaching down with a rounded back. You see, you're reaching down with a rounded back. At this start position, I would like to see the upper back straight, right? So really, really force the chest up. Because when your back is rounded, you will stay rounded. But if your back is straight and you keep tight, you will still manage to keep your back tight. All in all, that's all you have to work on for your deadlift right now, right? As for the squats, your squats have been improving really, really well. As you can see, you come right down, the bar is right in the midfoot. This is really, really good for you. Your depth has improved tremendously as well. And tightness in general is really, really good. So I really think your squat is improving as well. And you manage to keep that nice angle in your torso, right? You see, you manage to keep this nice angle. All you have to focus on is as you come up, maintain this torso angle by driving the shoulders back and not letting the hips shoot up. This is a really good set. So we move on to more bench. Yeah, your angle looks really good here. Nice little elbow tuck, elbow maybe directly above your wrist. But I would still like to see it from the side angle because your bench really looks really good from this, and I would like to see it from the side angle just to see whether I can actually pinpoint on any weaknesses that we need to improve on. Once again, very nicely done, right? Close grip bench, touch and go. Elbows seems tucked. Elbows doesn't flare up, which is good. So, yep. I guess that's pretty much it for this week's form review. So, as we can see, let's see another set of close grip bench. There we go. You see, right here, right at this spot, you flare up and you lose that tension in you lose that tightness, and then your elbow flares up, and then the weight just gets stuck right here, right? You can see your elbow starts to flare up, and then you stick, and then once again you regain that tension and get your shoulders in line with your wrist, and then drive the weight up. So that's basically it. When you want to do a close grip bench, right, whether it's a close grip bench or a regular bench, always want your elbows in line with your wrist. As we can see in this position right here, your elbows is slightly out from your wrist. If you draw a straight line from your elbows to the bar, you can see that your elbows is away from your wrist, hence the sticking point. But once you tuck it back in, right here, right, the elbow is really far away from the wrist, but hence the elbow is a sticking point. But once you pull the elbow back in, you're able to drive the weight up. So that is about it for this week's. So that is about it for this week's form review. A really good job on training. Keep up the great work, and yeah, take my recommendations, and I hope to see your technique improve as well. So yeah, cheers.